Hello and welcome back. Hondo's Blockbuster here. Yes, not the studio today. Full disclosure, about to jump on a flight. But I wanted to get this video out, so I am recording here. All of my stuff's at the studio, so not gonna have a background. Don't worry, most of this video isn't even gonna be seeing my face. But if you're here for the first time, thank you for joining. If you're here, if you're a regular, always appreciate you. Today we are going to be talking about James Gunn ranking his Marvel and DC work for the much anticipated Peacemaker Season 2. James Gunn essentially has been in the news for a while in terms of this summer. He just released Superman. Now he's coming out with Peacemaker. The DCU is pretty much in full go now. And so going to take a look back at his work in the superhero genre. And personally, he's one of my favorite superhero directors, if not my favorite, in terms of just body of work. And I mean, in my opinion, even the lower ranked that I'll get into, they still are very good. So that he's one of the few people that, for me, all 8 of his projects are good. Definitely vary in terms of some that I like more than others, 100%. But I think that what he's done and the type of storyteller and filmmaker that he is perfect for the superhero genre. And he's essentially pretty much gotten, at least for him, his style down packed in terms of what he's good at, and most of them being surrounding a ragtag group of heroes, anti-heroes, whatever you want to call them. Superman was probably the first departure from that. But yeah, overall, he's got some really good stuff. I love James Gunn. I'm excited for Peacemaker Season 2. So with that, let's dive right into these rankings. All right, coming in at number 8, the last place spot, but still, like I mentioned, still definitely enjoyable. Number 8, Creatures Commando. This is essentially the first official kickoff into the DCU. It's an animated show, so if you're into animation, definitely go check it out. For me, the reason I have it at the 8th spot, I think more of it falls under rewatchability. It's not one that I'm really running back to go see. Not because it wasn't good. It's just in terms of I just like some of his other stuff more. And honestly, it's some of the episodes are a tough watch. Not actually because they're bad, but some of them are really sad. Like that, the Weasel episode really stands out to me because it's honestly James Gunn at his best in terms of telling a story about a character that most people could just kind of push to the side, like, oh, it's Weasel, whatever. Give him a backstory that you actually care about and you essentially really feel bad for this character. I mean, I am feeling bad for Weasel, the character. Like, James Gunn has that awesome ability, and just this again, it's a ragtag group of people, and it's definitely a fun show. Again, it's only at 8 just because of one. It's an animated TV show, which I love animation. It's just like the stuff on this list, I'm going to go back and rewatch it more often. So I am putting Creature Commando at number 8. And plus, something's got to go there. So that's that. All right, coming in at number 7, we have the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. Talk about rewatchability. This is probably not one that I just pop on a random Saturday, but this is one that will be in circulation every Christmas. It has been in circulation so far for the past couple Christmases since it's come out. Talk about just a really fun concept. Obviously, playing on the holiday special of Star Wars, much different, obviously, but like that's kind of the wink, wink, nod, nod to it. But just a really fun adventure. It highlights more Drax and Mantis, which obviously they get a lot to do in the movies. But you know, in the movies, Peter Quill, Gamora, Rocket, like those are kind of the head honchos. Giving Dax and Mantis a full project to basically be their own was a really nice touch. The inclusion of Kevin Bacon, it's a really good time. This is a fun movie. I really can't recommend it enough. The reason it's at number 7, again, I like just some of the other projects. If it's a Saturday afternoon and I'm picking some of James Gunn's work, I'm probably picking the other stuff. But around Christmas, this has got this on lock. Just a really absolute fun time. But you know, it's very niche. It's definitely a Christmassy movie or kind of special because it's like only like an hour long maybe. But honestly, it's again, spending time with the Guardians is never a bad thing. I love the Guardians. You'll see them more up on this list. Probably one of the best trilogies in the entire MCU. So this is a great addition to that franchise and just a really fun little Christmas special. All right, coming in at number 6, we've got Peacemaker. Season 2's dropping tonight as I record this. But this is obviously just talking about Season 1. And this is a show that I really wasn't super looking forward to. I was always going to give it a shot. I love James Gunn. I liked what John Cena really did with Peacemaker and the Suicide Squad, but I was like, you're making a show about a character I essentially hate because, like, listen, this is spoiler zone. What he does in the Suicide Squad, he kills Rick Flag, and you're like, you want to hate him, obviously, like you want to hate this guy, and then it's like, oh, you're gonna do a show that takes place after following him, like that's who we're gonna be following, and man, it shouldn't work, but it absolutely does. John Cena absolutely made for this role. He's so good. This show is so funny, absurd. It is again classic Gunn, very violent. And honestly, the supporting cast. I mean, Steve Aggie, I'm going to mispronounce, is great. A lot of people give James Gunn, they give him shit for casting his wife and stuff. Jennifer Holland is incredible in this show. Like, she is legitimately a badass. And just honestly, again, the whole cast is great. And then Freddie Stroma might be the best character in the show. He is so funny. So this show, I highly recommend for me. Don't let the sixth spot fool you. The reason it's at the sixth spot falls into the fact that, one, it's a TV show versus a movie. If I'm going to rewatch something, I lean toward the movie side of things. TV shows are naturally longer, but again, it gives you time to flesh out these characters, which is great. But yeah, it's just in terms of obviously the stuff that James Gunn has done, the movies, obviously you got 3 Guardians and 2 other movies that we're definitely going to talk about that I just gravitate towards more. But this show deserves its credit, and I am very excited for season 2. So don't let the ranking fool you. It is a very good show. All right, kicking off the top 5. At number 5, we've got Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. All right, in terms of the Guardians movies, it's a very clear third for me. There is a decently big gap between this one and the other ones, but that doesn't make this movie, that doesn't mean this movie is bad by any means. This movie is great. It actually has gotten better upon rewatches. I remember at first, I walked out of the theater, again, kind of comparing it to the first because how much I love the first. I'm like, it felt like a little bit of a letdown. I wasn't a huge fan. I'm still not a huge fan of how they split the team kind of almost in half. And there's a few decisions they make in there that I probably wouldn't have. But honestly, the more I rewatch it, the more I like it, the more I understood what Gunn was going for. I think he did everything that he did with Yondu, and he did the stepfather versus or adopted father versus real father storyline, I think, better in this movie than he did in Superman, which we will get into. But this movie is still a blast. It feels a bit darker, even though 3 has some dark tones, but like this one feels a bit more mean-spirited than the other ones. But again, it's still an absolute blast. Anytime you're with the Guardians group, it's great. It's the introduction of Mantis, the introduction of Ego, which I thought was honestly a good villain in terms of, especially in the MCU, there weren't a ton of great villains. Not that he was great, but he was better than Ronan. I'll give this movie that. So overall, still, like, I probably said a little bit more negatives than positives in this one, but I just have to justify why I'm putting this one at 3 or at 5, but 3 when it comes to Guardians. But still, like, a really good movie. This movie, especially again upon rewatch, has gotten better every time. All right, coming in at number 4 is The Suicide Squad. Talk about a movie that should not have been this good. This is one that, again, like, it's coming off, it's like almost like the spiritual sequel to the other Suicide Squad, which not very well received. I personally did not like it very much. But you're handing this over to James Gunn at the time, which it kind of really, if you're looking back on it, it fits perfectly. It's a ragtag group of anti-heroes, villains that come together to do something great. It's like, honestly, it's his bread and butter. But what he was able to do and make you, essentially he makes you fall in love with characters that you probably wouldn't have. Like you think of the first Suicide Squad, the only characters I even remember even having an arc were Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn and then Will Smith's Deadshot. But like all the other characters, there's no resonating with them. Even Rick Flag in that movie, I didn't even resonate. He was just kind of a monotone, one-note guy, like whatever. He makes Rick Flag an awesome character in this movie. Idris Elba's incredible. Margot Robbie, always good. But like Ratcatcher, Polka Dot Man, Peacemaker, like these are characters that you actually care about in this movie. And then you've got my favorite character, King Shark. King Shark, just Sylvester Stallone, absolutely awesome character in this. But yeah, overall, like you just fall in love with these characters, and it's so comic booky. I mean, they're going up against Starro, and there's a bunch of starfishes coming around to breeding your mind. It's absurd. It's fun, and honestly, it's way better, and it deserved more love. It came out at a bad time, but I think this movie deserved more love than it got. All right, coming in at number 3, a movie that I've talked about all summer. I am not going to harp on this one too much, but it is Superman. I love this movie. Again, another movie that the more I watch it, the more I think about it, the more I love. Like it, David Cornsweet, absolutely perfect. Rachel Brosnahan, honestly, the entire cast, great. Lex Luthor's great. As an introduction to the DCU, I think it's a great first step. Like Creature Commandos technically gets that as the first one. This is the first real project of the DCU, and if you don't buy into this movie, then it might be harder for you to buy into the rest of it. Luckily for me, I bought into this version of Superman. I love this version of Superman. I am excited for what's to come, and I think that's the best thing you can do with this. Coming in at number 2, and for me, this is the hardest spot on this list. 2 and 1 for me. Any other day can flip-flop. Today, I will put Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 at number 2. I absolutely love this movie. It's my favorite movie post-Endgame in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. This movie is honestly near perfect. I mean, this is when I thought nothing was going to be able to touch Guardians 1, and on any given day, I actually could rank this above. I think it's as good as Guardians 1. That's how good this movie is. I love this movie. The whole cast, it's a great kind of send-off because, I mean, obviously where it's left off, it's not like a full-on send-off. I'm sure some of these characters are going to come back, but it's a send-off with James Gunn, and it is just hilarious, heartwarming, super sad, has some dark moments, has some bright moments, but it captures the character so perfectly of this dysfunctional family who has come together, and they really have formed a family. So, and it really look no further than what he did with Rocket, from where he was in the first Guardians to where he ends this story. I mean, he becomes the leader, and it's just like it honestly, it's chef's kiss. I love this movie. And yeah, and literally at any moment or any other day, I could have put this at number 1. But at number 1, I have to give it to the original, the OG Guardians of the Galaxy. Talk about a near perfect movie. One of my favorite movies in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. One of the movies that caught everybody off guard. This is one that, talk about, shouldn't have been this good when you heard the concept, but it was. Gunn captured these characters perfectly, made you fall in love. It's a cliche line, but he did. He made you fall in love with a talking tree and a talking raccoon. And it's just, these characters, you just not only grow to love them, obviously you see where they go, but as a kickoff, just so fun, different, electric. Like, you are just absolutely glued to your seat, laughing, having a good time, crying at moments. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is a perfect blockbuster, a perfect superhero blockbuster. And truly, for what these characters were, like, it's harder to make people fall in love with brand new characters, especially in the superhero genre. Obviously, the superhero diehards like myself, we will like superhero movies anyway. But you know, when you're not hitting with huge IP and having people fall in love with you, like, people are obsessed with the Guardians of the Galaxy, and it's because of this movie. And you know, it is truly one of the best superhero movies of all time. And yeah, it's a well-deserved number 1 on his list. And James Gunn, he's going to keep going. He's got all DC coming up, so maybe we'll revisit this ranking later. But excited for what's to come. Excited for Peacemaker Season 2. So yeah, that's my list. If you made it this far, I much appreciate it. If you can, drop a like, comment, and subscribe. Anything helps. We'll be doing stuff in the studio. This is not my normal backdrop. This is not my normal, type of shooting. But I wanted to get a video out here and share my thoughts. So I'll see you guys in the next one, and see you guys at the movies.